Hello, hello. This is a 2025 prediction video. Welcome. My name is Angelica. You can call me Jelly. And today I'm going to be looking at the tarot for 2025 predictions, any sort of clarity, warnings, support, information that we can all use as we move forward into this new year. I'm going to do a tarot spread that is a 13 card tarot spread, so it's going to give us one card per month. That card will give us something to work with for each month of the calendar year, so 12, and then there'll be one card in the center that will be the overarching theme of 2025. These readings always give me the jitters. I'm not even going to joke about this. When I started doing yearly readings, the pressure of knowing each month and being able to see ahead scared me. But now that I've done them for many years, I couldn't live without them. And I'm very excited to share this medicine and the magic of using tarot in this way. I'm going to be shooting this video from two different angles. So this first part is me just telling you about the actual reading, and then I'm going to transition so that you can see the spread. I do a circular spread, and I think it's nice to see it as it happens. We are going to be discovering it together as it happens, so every card that we lay out will be a surprise for you and me, as I like to do in my pick a card readings. If you're someone who's watched this channel before, thank you so much for coming back. When I prepared for this, I had you in mind. I shuffle, I call on my guides and guardians, and I ask for messages that are going to support us as a community. And I'm thinking of you and making sure that you get the messages that you need too when I'm doing the interpretations of these readings. So of course, if you don't want to hear all of this, please check the timestamps below to just zip on over to the reading or to each month. Depending on when you find this video, you can pop in and look at each month to get the interpretation for each month. It's also my intention to put out a video each month, early in the month, that will go over the tarot card that we have here as we go throughout the year to support and remind us to look at our reading that we have and look at the months as they are unfolding, because we're going to be able to put plans in place and strategies in place as we look at the cards. So we're going to work with the cards. If we get some scary stuff, don't worry. I'm going to interpret it in a way that will give you useful, practical information and tools to help support you throughout the year. I'm going to open the session by lighting a candle and putting it in our prosperity corner above one of my altars here. I have all of the elements on the table: air, fire, earth, and water. So all the elements are represented. I've now opened this session, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the cards have to say for us. Okay, my friends, as I said before, if you want to skip ahead to the reading, check the timestamps below. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your shares. They mean more to me than you know. And please share this video with anyone you think it could serve. I would like to start this reading with a blessing, with an intention setting. So if you are in a safe place and you would like to join me, you can keep your eyes open, but I suggest you close your eyes. If your legs are crossed, please uncross your legs and get your feet connected to the floor. Straighten your spine and take a deep breath in and let it out. Very good. Let's do two more like that. Take a deep breath in behind the heart, filling the heart chamber. And exhale through the front of the body. We are connecting as a collective, breathing in through the back of the body, activating the heart chamber, activating the throat, and exhale down through the front of the body. Very nice. At this time, I ask that our higher selves align with us completely. See through our eyes, hear with our ears, and use my words as I look to the signs and symbols of the tarot cards. Help me to interpret those signs and symbols in ways that will give us useful, practical steps, guidance, warning, support in the upcoming year of 2025. I ask that these cards help me and my collective, anyone who comes upon this video, anyone who receives this information. I ask that the information serve them to the highest possible outcome in our future. Please, angels, guides, guardians, spirit guides, ancestral beings, interdimensional, intergalactic guides and guardians, divine light, divine love, and source energy, I invite you to flow through me and help me channel these messages for anyone who comes across this video. I invite in all of our guardian beings to watch over us as we open up our psychic centers to receive these messages, protect us, and watch over us from above, below, north, south, east, west, within, and without, as we open up our psychic centers to receive. Okay, sweet lovelies, if there are intentions you want to set for this reading, please write them down. If there's any questions that you have that you're looking to have answered, please write those down as well. I'm going to now transition to the different angle, and you'll be able to watch this happen in real time. See you on the other side. Okay, my loves, sorry for the harsh lighting. It's just what's going to happen because of the time of day that I'm shooting this. Okay. We've prepped the cards. We've asked for our guides and guardians to be present and help us. I'm just going to shuffle a few times. What do we need to know in 2025? What information will serve us best for each month of the year of 2025? Tarot guides and guardians, tarot cards. Give us the information that will support us most in each month of the upcoming year of 2025. Okay. Now's as good a time as any. I'm going to crack it with my left hand. Hold your intentions, hold your positive thoughts. Think of the questions that you have, and hopefully we'll get some clarity. Guide us on our journey towards our best year yet. Here we go. What we get is what we get. January, beautiful. The month we are in, Daughter of Pentacles. What a sweet card for January. It is Capricorn season as we begin the year, and we have this sweet little woodland creature of representing earth element. Fuck yes. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Let's take note that I did bring it in reverse. I'm going to place it there, but at the end, all cards for this reading are going to be upright, but I will recognize that we got it in the challenge position so that any messages we need, I can supply. But the Ace of Pentacles for February, hello! That's where we get everything we need on the material realm. So February is looking real nice. Okay, March. Oh, March, whew, that's a hard one. Okay, let me bring it back up. We have the Five of Pentacles. We are going to have to be letting go of some things in March. Letting go and saying goodbye to some things in March. Okay, we have the Father of Swords coming out in reverse. Let's remember that so that I can help us work through any of the more shadowy aspects of the Father of Swords. So Father of Swords for April, January, February, March, April. That's going to be a decisive month for us, where we get our words and our vision in alignment, and we figure out the plan and strategy. March, April, and we're looking for May. Okay, in May, we make that decision, and we cut cords to something we need change. So May is going to be another month of change. We have 2 5s. That's quite a bit there. Okay, can we still see everything? Let me move some things up. Like I said, this is a big spread, so I'm going to try to keep it tight here. These are my little markers, how far I can go. Oh, shit. January, February, March, April, May, June. In June, we come to terms with we've done all that we can. It's time to go in another direction. July. In July, we start to feel nostalgia for what once was. So July, what makes sense, it's Cancer season. Cancer's always, not the crab, I should say. It's the season of the crab, and when we're in the season of the crab, we do feel our emotions, and we do feel nostalgic, and we do think about the roots that we've created and how to maintain them. July, August. August is the Emperor, big Emperor energy. We start to put our strategy into action. In August, we really start to feel like we have to build that solid foundation. Things have changed this year. They didn't exactly go the way that we had hoped or what we had put our heart into. And because things left and we made some decisions, we now know what's important to us, and we have to make sure that we lay the solid foundation for the future. And August is when we're going to create that strategy and put it into action. September, justice. September, justice is the card for Libra, and Libra is the sign that happens in September. The lunations will have our new moon in Libra at that time. So justice comes in to say we've got to pay attention to the law of karma. When we are moving forward, we're looking for win-win situations. We're looking for harmonious situations. We are looking to do things and treat people in a way we would like to be treated, and do things in a way that have integrity and make things better. The Fool card for November. October, sorry. The Fool card for October. New beginnings. New beginnings. We're getting major arcana as we move into the end of the year. We have the Emperor card, then the Justice card, and then the Fool. So these are major. When we get past July, August, September, October, big stuff is going to start happening. Oh, wow. Another major arcana card. The Moon. The Moon comes in November, and that's good because Scorpio tends to rule November. Sagittarius is there at the end as well. And Scorpio doesn't mind the moon so much. We're mystical beings, and Scorpio really does love to trust in the unknown. Okay, and our last card, our final card. What does December hold for us? This fucking reading is harsh. This reading is really harsh. I am not gonna lie. This is a fucking harsh ass reading. Okay, so December, the end of the year, there is a major transformation that takes place. Major transformation that takes place. And then the final card, our card of the year. Temperance, patience, balance. We're going to need this, let me tell you. This is really something. I mean, my business is called Positive Movement School, so this is really hardcore information that we just received. And we are going to need patience and balance in order to get the most out of 2025. It's going to put it to the test. And we really will be able to turn lead into gold if we don't make any sudden movements, if we follow the path that is the middle road, that isn't extreme, that doesn't take sudden action, but is really thoughtful and patient with the process, that doesn't give up. Temperance is this idea that we can continue on the path towards transformation, but it is a steady path of alchemy, and we must try everything, taking the middle road, finding balance in order to become like the phoenix from the flames and rise from the ashes. Woo! All right. God, I almost need to take a break right now. Okay, this is intense. As I explained in the setup of this video, it's when we look at the 12 months, we can see a story, a picture of what could be transpiring, and we can look to each month, and we will be looking to a major transformation as December 2025 approaches. Things will be changed. There will be an irrevocable change on some level. And that means that this really is the story of change and growth and transformation. And we must have patience with this process. The key word for all of us in 2025 is going to be balance. Balance. I think that if we can ride the middle road, if we can veer away from extremes, if we can step back when we're feeling reactive and try to really practice being responsive after a few breaths. This is the message from Temperance, is you will have an alchemical transformation in 2025. Patience, balance, faith is the key. Faith in this process, being an alchemical process. Okay, let's go. So this January, the month that I am filming this, it is Monday, January 6th, and we are graced by the presence of the Daughter of Pentacles. She is such a diligent, hardworking, compassionate, just daughter of Earth, daughter of the material world. And here we are in Capricorn season. This is a time when we are putting our ducks in a row in the material world. We are thinking about what it is we're going to try to accomplish and create in the physical, and we're making a plan. We're being thoughtful about it, and we're figuring out how to make that happen in our environment, with our body and our health. The earth element is everything that is the material, so everything we can experience with our five senses, as well as the home we live in, the space that we create. It's work, it's coin, it's money, it's everything that we can do, everything that we value on the material. So with the Daughter of Pentacles, it's also a youthful, childlike energy. This is us feeling like we have something new to build, and we are learning. We're in the learning process. We're not in mastery, but we're ready to do the work that's required to learn what we need to learn to build what we're ready to build. And we are thinking about money, because here we roll into February, and we're also thinking about health, and we're thinking about how we can get our material realm really looking cute. And maybe we set intentions for that. Maybe this is the year that we fall in love with our body. We fall in love with our job or our great work. We fall in love with money and our finances. We fall in love with nature and our environment. And we figure out how to really focus on what we value and how we can align with our values and materialize physical evidence of us moving towards our values. The ace is a new beginning. It's the beginning of the suit, and the ace is basically the essence of the element. And this element, Pentacles, same as the Daughter of Pentacles, is Earth. So we have Earth element in February, which is not a very grounded time, so I'm glad to be getting this card. That is when we have Aquarius energy and Pisces energy, and that's all air and water, and we really need something nice and grounded to help us remember that we need to take care of our physical body and our physical world. So February, I feel like, is going to focus on finances, focus on our health, our physical health, and focus on our environment, both the living environment as well as the planet and nature and Mother Earth. February being winter still, I feel like we are going to be looking to be more grounded as we experience lots of shifts and changes, and we try to focus on the things that we're trying to create in this reality. And the ace is here to say, yeah, there's some new energy coming in. Keep in mind that you don't want to have scarcity thinking. You want to be in abundance mindset. You want to believe anything is possible. And this can feel like a dark time in winter because it's the darkest part before, of course, it turns into spring. And I really want us to keep in mind that our health, our physical health, is going to be very, very important. So do what you need to do to keep your body well, okay? That means rest, that means good high vibrational foods, drinking lots of water, being in situations that make you feel good, check in with our body often, spending time out in nature, doing grounding practices, centering and grounding practices, and some abundance practices. Why not? Gratitude and abundance practices. Really feeling into all the good things that you have. March this feels tough. This feels like we're preparing for grief. I hope that there is some light at the end of a tunnel that we've been dealing with war and death and divisiveness and separation. I hope that at the 5 of Earth, we're really rolling in with all Earth element. As I do the videos month per month, I will focus on each card. There will be a video that will come out that will focus on the Ace of Pentacles, on each of these, and I'll go more in depth into each of the cards. But it is interesting that we come into the first 3 months of the year really focused on Earth element, our physical world, our physical body, our money, and what we are creating that we can get physical evidence of in the material reality. The 5 is a number of change and grief and loss. So something goes away. And I'm really hoping that this isn't that we experience loss of what we would expect, like loss of a job or loss of just, I don't even want to talk about the kind of loss that we can get in March due to nature, like just fires and floods and earthquakes and all the things that can happen, because this is Earth element. So we have to think like there can be loss of Earth, there can be loss of things that happen in the material. I know that there is so much for us to grieve about. All of us have heartbreak and sadness, and if you look at the collective and you look what's been happening for the last few years, there's just a lot to be really, it's okay if you're feeling grief. In March, though, I am hoping that we can get some support. So if you've ever heard of, I am not a doctor, I do not make medical claims, but if you've ever heard of rescue remedy and you do start to experience grief, sadness, loss, and shock from all of that, I will cover this again in the March reading about this, but please, please, please get yourself some rescue remedy and we'll talk more about it at that time. So something leaves and we are really feeling it. And it puts us into perspective because then April rolls in and we are like, okay, I'm very clear now. That grief has given me a lot of clarity and I have to make some decisions and I have to use my words and I have to use my mind in order to think about what it is that's next. The Father of Swords is very decisive. This is a good time to make sure that you have, again, very good physical practices that keep you out of your head if you start to get anxiety or if you start to have any sort of mental fatigue from making decisions or thinking about your vision and really putting strategy and plan into action. Make sure that you take time out to move your body, dance, play, go walk around. He can be too logical, okay? So I'm just like, remember you gotta be goofy too, because there's been some sadness here. And you're really experiencing a lot of shifts on the physical. So it's good to get in your body, do something playful, do something fun, especially in April. And that's springtime. So that we're going to be wanting to get back outside again, see the new growth, see the new season come in. Hopefully the temperatures will be nice wherever you are. The Father of Swords is the Father of Air, the Father of the mind. So we are now moving out of Earth element these first 3 months. In the fourth month, we move into Air element. Now we're in our mind. This is the opposite of Earth. This is the physical. This is the non-physical. This is the body. This is the mind. This is physical evidence. This is thinking, vision. It can be anxieties and fears, but it's also fantasies and inspiration. It's everything of the air element is really your mind, your stories, your words, your beliefs, all the things that don't have a physical representation but very much are a part of what we have to do every day is make these big decisions. And the Father of Swords is going to help us get clarity and help us make some big decisions and say some things that we need to say. That changes everything. April, whatever vision we have, we realize that there are things that need to go. Another 5 is the number of change. At the 4, which we don't really have a 4, the Emperor is a 4, so we do have one 4 card. The 4 is the base. It's a stable foundation. And at the number 4, we are creating some sort of sense of fulfillment. And when the 5 comes in, it breaks up the foundation. It breaks up that sense of fulfillment, which can also feel like boredom. So the 5s, the change comes in, and we have first the change in the material realm. Now we're having change in the mental realm. So this is some decisions, some mental confusion, some mental distress that we then decide, like, no, I can't take this anymore. Something needs to change. And we make that decision. We say those words. We have the new vision. And we realize that there are some things that we either have going on in our beliefs or in the story we say about ourselves or some agreements that we have made that now need to be severed in order to shift us out of a feeling of conflict into resolution. We move from May, the 5th month, which is a 5 card and a 5 month is very interesting. We move from the 5th month of May into June and summertime and a new season that rolls in. And at the 8 of Cups, we come to the realization that we cannot continue pouring our love and emotions into something and that it's time to move on. We have done all that we can. So this conflict then gets resolved, but it's an emotional time. It is a time where we really see nothing but broken cups and that we have got to leave a situation that we've given a lot to. So again, in June, in May, in March, we're going to need that rescue remedy, babies. We're going to need all the grounding techniques that we put into place in February, all the type of yoga and then the meditations and the visualizations that we discover and create for ourselves in April. We're going to need that to get us through these months. If we have a clear vision, if we've done this work to materialize what we need to in the physical, plus we've been using grounding techniques and enjoying nature, getting into our body, then when these things come up, these changes, the conflict, the sense of like, I've just done all that I can, I poured my heart and soul into this and it's done, I have to move forward, we'll have the support that we need to get through these things. This is a transformative time, and we're going to have patience with this process. We're going to have to be the spiritual, curious, magnificent, magical souls that we are, and we're going to have to lean in to understanding that this is a journey. Life is a journey. We made some agreements that we had to learn some things and experience some things in our human bodies. And we are spiritual beings and we're having this human experience. And it's not always, as we know, it's not always easy or comfortable. And 2025 has already sort of been freaking a lot of us out because there's a lot of things we know need to change. There's a lot of things that we know aren't working out for everyone. And there are people that need help that aren't getting help. And there are people moving into power maybe that intimidate those of us that are more compassionate and loving and want this world to be a better place. But then, the people in power never really represent those the healers and the light workers and the angels of the world, now do they? Okay. So, June, we are having sadness, some heartbreak, but also clarity. Clarity that it's time to move on. We've got to let go. And we do. And we feel a little nostalgia in July. And that nostalgia in the season of the crab makes perfect sense. The nostalgia card, the 6 of Cups, we have air, earth. So this is the body and our environment, then air, the mind and our thoughts. And then we move into cups, the emotions, the heart. This is water element. This is a reflective element, an element that is a feminine element. We see it as really trusting in our feelings and feeling the intuitive feelings and dreams and our emotions and allowing our emotions to lead and guide us. And at the 6, we really start to think about our roots. We think about everything up until this point. So there could be times in July that we're thinking about the old days. We're thinking about the way things once were, and we realize it can never be like that again, but we make our connections. I advise that in July, we reach out to people all over the world that we love, the people that we want to keep close, our chosen family. We connect with our chosen family in July. It's going to be very important that we continue nurturing our roots because that's what sustains our growth. And then we move into August, and the tree really gets what we need, right? We reach out, we do this work to think about, I'm sad about this. Well, what can I do? Who can I reach out to? Who can I support? How can I show my love to my chosen family and my people that are my roots, so that I can continue growing in this world and building what it is I really am here to build, what I was born to do. We get freaking serious in August, okay? We're like, okay, fuck all this. Like, that was rough. We got through it. We learned a lot of clarity. Things left that weren't serving us. Things that we were putting our physical energy to, our mental energy to, and our emotional energy into that weren't fucking serving our future. They left. They gotta go. We made decisions. We've moved on. And now we're building a brand new strategy. At the 4, we are building a solid foundation. This wasn't really in alignment with our foundation. And we know that now because we're looking for peace. We're looking for patience. We're coming from a place of balance. And we want just to feel good and chill on the outside. And maybe these things that had to go, they were disrupting our balance. They were disrupting our peace. They were making it hard for us to do our transformation. And now they've slipped away. They're out of the way. And we move into a freaking 5 major arcana cards. 6 if you count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 freaking major arcana cards. These are minor arcana, so they're like, we do have 2 family cards and an ace, so those hold some more potency and more storyline. These are more day-to-day minor activities, minor things that happen. They look rough, but really, they could just be these very minor things that all lead up to this picture that we're telling. This feels a little more active. This feels a little more active. This feels very active, like a new beginning. But these, although they look sad and hard, they could be something not so big. Now, these are archetypal cards. These are thematic energies. These are things that you might have been working on all along, and then it just gets really concentrated and really focused. These are things that will carry into 2026. The Emperor is helping you to dot your I's, cross your T's, get your plan into action, get everybody in line, get everything in line so that you can start to build the world that you're ready to build. Build the dream you're ready to build. Take action on it with strategy. And I'm going to say, please work in, this is a very masculine card. This is a Mars energy card. I really, because of course the counterpart is the Empress, which is yin energy. So I want to say with the Emperor that we also keep in mind that we need to be playful. We need to be heart-centered. We need to be patient. We need to, not be pushing. Please, the 4 can be very impulsive. Let's not be impulsive. The Emperor has a strategy, and it understands what it takes. This was once a tiny little acorn, and it grew into a giant tree. Well, that shit didn't happen overnight. And we understand that. We know that in order to build something great, we have to first focus on the foundation. So August is all about foundational energy and understanding what it is that we need to do to accomplish what it is that we want over the long haul. August, September, Justice. And September is both Virgo and Libra. This is the card that represents Libra. Justice is about karma. This is about law of cause and effect, action and reaction. We have to make sure that in September, as we move into fall and a new season is happening, that we're keeping ourselves in balance. We're creating win-win situations. We are treating others the way we want to be treated. We're making decisions that are in alignment with our values, with who we really are, what we really want to make happen in the world. Because whatever we do, whatever will come back to us tenfold. Whatever energy we're sending out there is going to come back to us tenfold. That is the law of karma. So you have to walk through the world remembering that justice will be served. And whatever it is that we're doing, we need to do it from a place of justice. Would I want someone to treat me this way? Be generous. That will come back to you tenfold. Be compassionate and kind. That will come back to you tenfold. Stay out of judgment. That's not good. That's bad. That's bad energy. And here, justice is like the universe is going to do better than you ever could at making sure that justice is served. So get out of the way and really find balance and do things in a Libra way, thinking of how this is going to serve everyone and make things more harmonious and more beautiful. Then we move into October, and it's like something has a new beginning is occurring. We created this strategy. We understood and aligned the strategy with very good actions, intentional actions that were going to make good things happen for us and everyone around us. That was part of our strategy. And then at the 0, the Fool card, in October, we get this opportunity to practice beginner's mind, to practice childlike innocence, to look at the world as if we have never been hurt before, as if sand was never kicked on our face, as if we never got traumatized. The Fool card is here to say you can experience everything anew. Even if you've read it 5 times, you heard that story 10 times, there's always something new to learn. And how can we wake up every day in October, this magical time of fall, and open our eyes and see things as if we've never seen them before? Ask the universe to mystify us. Ask the universe to guide us towards beautiful situations that renew our sense of faith, that renew our love, renew our health, renew our peace, renew our mind, renew our body. The Fool card is willing to take a risk. And so in October, we're going to be asked to take a risk and do something that maybe we think we know about or we have expectations around, but we have got to do it as if we've never done it before, and believe that it can serve us in a way that's unexpected, that we haven't experienced. Life is going to serve something us in October, and we need to be willing to take a risk, and we need to be willing to go after it with beginner's mind. November. If we really do practice this and we are like, okay, I'm going to act as if, even though I've had these experiences, I'm going to actually try to give everything the benefit of the doubt that it can surprise me and delight me. That's the Fool card. Then all of a sudden November rolls around and we find ourselves deep within the mystery. We're like, whoa, I don't have any idea what's next. I have been shocked and surprised. I took this risk. I don't know where I'm going. I've never experienced this before. This Daughter of Pentacles energy where she's like, I'm ready to do something new. I'm ready to become a master. And in order to do that, I've got to make these changes, let some things go, put a plan into action, do things that are in alignment with my values that create win-win situations. And I have to figure out how to find my childlike innocence and trust that even though I don't know what's ahead, I know that I can trust that I will be divinely guided. I'll be divinely guided through the woods at night. And although I'm afraid to take this risk because there's so many unknown factors, I have to trust that there are answers and experiences within these woods I can only find by wandering through the darkness, by wandering through the unknown. I need these experiences. And I think that Scorpio season is going to help us. Sagittarius at the end of November is going to help us. It's going to give us the courage we need. And Scorpio has the wisdom and the intuition to truly guide us, to make sure that we are able to hear our guides, our higher self, when we are in the places of unknown territory. And they will guide us to wonderful situations and experiences that will give us what we need, what we've asked for, the lessons that we're looking to learn, the people that we're wanting to meet, those up levels, the upgrades that we want from 2025. We have to trust that they're out there, even if we don't know when, where, or how. We have to hold faith. And that is the moon. Moon, trusting in the unknown. And then December. Now this card is ruled by Scorpio. The Death card is the Scorpio card. And it is transformation, total transformation, irrevocable change. Nothing is the same. And change is uncomfortable and it's scary. But I want you to know, I have had experiences with these cards, readings in the past, where I look ahead and I'm like, oh God, what's going to change? What's going to happen? And it's always something amazing. Whatever falls away is meant to fall away. Whatever changes, it's time for it to go. It's served us as long as it can. The thoughts we've held, the roles we've played, the beliefs that we've held, there is people, places, things. There are things that it's time for them to go. And by the time December rolls around, we're going to be ready to sacrifice them. We're going to be so ready to sacrifice whatever it takes to get to where we're ready to get to. We're going to see very clearly the transformation taking place, and we're going to trust in that transformation. We're going to trust in the change. We're going to be like, yes, please. I am so ready for change. I don't want things to be what they were. I've worked too hard in the second half of this year, honing in on the power inside of me to make this change happen. And I've been so patient with this process. And I have turned some lead into some gold. We might not know exactly how it will present itself because we have the moon card and the fool card right next to this death card. And it's just telling me, like, you're not going to know the path. You're not going to know exactly what the big transformation is until it starts to happen. We can have an idea, we can create a strategy, and as long as it's solidly built upon a foundation that makes things better for everyone, then these transformations will bring us all of the healing, all of the peace, all of the balance that we truly need to have the alchemical process that Temperance promises of turning something from one element into the next element, which is this water becoming fire. I think that we're going to get a lot of inspiration in 2025. I am really looking forward to walking through this year with you all. I'm going to bring more to this space, so please follow my channel if this has served you. I am going to come back every month with a video that will go more in depth with each one of these cards, so check back in month to month. Hit the subscribe button and the notifications button if you want to make sure you get notified when those videos drop. Please leave a comment in the comment section below, letting me know that we're in this together, that we're ready to be patient with the process. Just give me a little wave, a little hi. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for being here, and I really look forward to bringing you a lot of wonderful support and content coming up in 2025. Thank you, and bye for now.